Yo. Welcome into the ChrisBeCappinn Show, man. Today is the 26th of July. We have 2 games on the board for today. WNBA going to treat us real good tomorrow. We got 5 games, I think it is. 5 or 6 games tomorrow. Pretty much every team's going to be in action tomorrow. And some of those lines are starting to finally drop because they weren't available when I first started looking this morning. So we'll save that for tomorrow. Spicy 5-game slate. But today we'll go through a quick recap, as we always do, of what happened yesterday. We'll see what jaXon likes because jaXon is back and on air today after taking a day off yesterday. And we'll get into the plays, man. It's one that I bet and it's one that I like. So let's jump into it, man. Let's jump into it. So yesterday, second profitable day in a row. We cashed on the New York Liberty -5.5. They started off a little slow, like they have been starting off since Jonquel came back. Had me worried a little bit, but then they buckled down in the second half and really slowed down Phoenix's offense. Phoenix couldn't score, couldn't hit a 3. And then Brianna Stewart fronted on us with the boards last night. She finished with 8, but really, I love the bet. It's probably like I low-key want to bet it again tonight against the Sparks, if I'm being honest. It's something that I have on the short list. The reason why she finished with 8 boards is because she had 3 offensive rebounds. Phoenix out there with no rebounders. Like they gonna need Satu Sabally to step up because they're not a good rebounding team. And with Jonquel Jones back, Stewie being aggressive, I don't consider them, an upper echelon team, not a top 2 team, I guess. But yeah, Stewie did go over her 6.5 boards. It was a smaller play, so we do in the night green. And it feels good to win 2 nights in a row. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. WNBA been kicking my butt all season, man. So it feels good to get a profitable night. I'll take a half unit return. Anything that I can get, I will take it right now with the way that the WNBA has been treating me, man. Hopefully you guys made some money as well. We'll go through the comments real quick and then we'll jump into it jaXon for today. Algina always first in the comment section. She says, "Good morning, Chris and Chad. Cash JJ over her 6.5 boards. I think she finished with a double last night. Shout out to you. Lost on Vegas +5.5. I ended up staying. I looked into it a little bit more, and the deeper I got, the more I saw that the links, in that spot were dominant, and they got mollywopped. The Aces absolutely got blasted last night. Probably the worst loss of Asia Wilson's career. I don't know how many points the links even ended up with, but I know that they had 109, I think it was. I'm glad it was on the short list, but I did not bet that and saved me some money for sure. Prolific says, "Good morning, Chris. Went 2-2 in the W last night. Liking Libs first half today, I think is what he means." Okay. Parlay J says, "Hey yo, went nuclear last night. Hit a 4-leg parlay last on the Wings money line, but they were there though. They just collapsed. Yeah, they I kind of expected that though. I was so just real quick on that game. I was going back and forth all day, and I thought it was a Valkyrie spot based on like having that big rest advantage. I actually wrote it on a sticky note. You probably can't read that, but it says Golden State -3.5, -115 on ESPN bet. It was a super strong trend on home favorites with more rest before and after the game. They covered 68% of the time. And then I heard Natalie Nakase say that they were going to play their hearts out yesterday for Kayla Thornton. And I thought to myself, this got to be a Valkyrie spot. The Valkyrie's been stinking it up, but it's because they've been playing against really good playoff teams in their last 5 games. They got the job done. Came from behind in the second half. I didn't bet it though. They did get the job done. Well, says Dallas of bums. Parlay J with a $50 dono. Appreciate that, man. He says you helped me hard on these player props. I'm glad you've been cashing, Parlay J. Appreciate that for sure. Prolific says Jay using jaXon for props. Stewie sold us on the board. She definitely did. Jalen says, "Yo, Jalen Salon was absolutely free. Good looking out, Chris. Y'all hit the like button." I didn't even play Salon either, and I was kicking myself because I knew. Yo, she's a dog. Like, I know y'all probably watched her play last night. She be out there pumping up the crowd, and you got the Wings defense. Like, that was my apologies for not making that official play. That was easy last night. Over 9.5, 10.5, 11.5, whatever her number was. And I woke up this morning, and I thought to myself, I'm an idiot for not playing it because we're going to get a higher line tomorrow. Like, they play against Connecticut, I think, tomorrow. So it's a cross-country trip for them. But Salam, like, especially with no Kayla Thornton, like, what was I thinking not playing that? Like, it was so free and so easy. I'm glad you cashed it, Joe. I think she finished for like 15 yesterday. And she missed some bunnies, too. She definitely missed some bunnies. The Aces are doggy do. Recycle the whole team because Asia Wilson needs help. it never comes. I saw Asia on the bench laughing last night, and I thought to myself, she probably just like, this ain't the year for us. This ain't gonna be the year for us, man. Let's see. What else y'all saying in here? What up, Free Sauce? Hope all is well with you. Says he had another profitable night. What up, Dimes? Hope all is well with you, bro. Time Out Sports says think it's possible to rest John Quill today. I think so, Time Out. I put this in the write-up last night because I did make a play on that game. We'll talk about it in just a second. Dom says Wings Valkyrie under was money. No matter who is on the floor, the Valkyries defense is legit, and that's a fact. They're gonna play hard for sure. Did the game end up staying under? I thought it ended up. I know the Valkyrie. We talked about the Valkyries team total over yesterday. Wanted to fade the Wings defense off a win as a dog because they gave up 95 points on average. If you go back and listen to the stream, I talked about that yesterday. They did end up getting to 86. I think they had a 33-point third quarter, and then they still scored like 40. Not 40, like 20 something in the fourth quarter as well. So they did end up going up and over that number yesterday. Their team total at 82.5 was something that we talked about yesterday. I didn't bet it though. Little gunshot, man. Not gonna lie, because I hate losing money. I hate to give out plays to the members because I think the members actually play the looks because I take my time and I do my due diligence on the plays. So I have been a little gunshot because the WNBA is so volatile, man. So a lot of the times the things I don't bet, absolute win. More so than not. But yeah, 55 points in that second half after only scoring 10 points in the first quarter. That's the Valkyries for you in a nutshell. Let's see. What up, Anthony? Appreciate you for tapping in. Tyler says, good morning, Chris. My girl AT went off. Thoughts on the Mystics first half. Team total under 36. Storm best first half defense in the last 5 games. We'll talk about that. Good morning, Adam. Says he cast Beige Becker last night, 15 points, 5 assists. She is playing well regardless. Nally says, morning, guys. She played Liv's money line, Valkyries minus 3.5 in a parlay. Ready for Saturday's slate. Salon pick ladder to 15 points. Anthony says, love to see that. Jaquel not on the injury report, I think is what this means from Prolific. What up? Can't stop. Hope all is well with you, bro. Says happy to finally catch you live this morning. All right, let's jump into the games, man. Appreciate you for tapping in. Y'all do me a favor, hit the like button for me. Take 1 second. Let's just stop. Hit the like button, and then we'll get back into it. I'm gonna take a sip of water real quick because it's gonna be a pretty quick show. I got a lot of things to do today. All right. Let's jump into it for today. What up, Brian? Hope all is well with you. Says good job last night. It's difficult to pull the trigger. Find some lucks today. Mark, my guy. Hope all is well with you. Says good morning, Chris. Good morning, chat. All right, let's jump into it for today. So first up, you know what? I didn't even. I gotta go back because I took jaXon out yesterday because jaXon wasn't working, but jaXon is working today. So we'll put the jaXon graphic back in here. Let's see. All right, we should be good now. All right, there we go. jaXon, AI sports betting tool. Use it to check out your own insight, player prop, size, totals, over, unders, whatever it is that you're looking for across all of the sports that you're looking at. Today's prompt, we're going back to the old and faithful 1 over, 1 under in the WNBA as far as player prop bets. jaXon likes, and this is what I should have bet last night, Stewie over her 3.5 assists. I told you guys this was on the list yesterday, and I decided to go under on rebounds rather than over on assists. And Stewie cashed the line yesterday as well, man. But anyway, the analysis is here. It says Brianna Stewart has been dishing out dimes at an impressive rate, consistently hitting the over on her assist line. She's hit the over 3.5 assists in 100% of her last 5 games, averaging 5.4 assists during that span. Over her last 10 games, she's hit the over 80% of her games, averaging 4.5 assists. Her season average stands at 4.04, which is still above the 3.5 line. When facing the Sparks this season, Stewie has performed exceptionally well, hitting over 100% of her games, averaging 4 assists per game. The Sparks defense ranks 11th against her position, indicating the average defensive matchup that she shouldn't significantly hinder her playmaking. While some news narratives might focus on her points, her assist number has been a consistent bright spot. She's poised to continue her strong playmaking tonight. So, and this is a little juice too. So shop around, get the best of the number, but Stewie has been cashing on that assist prop. I actually like her rebounds under again at 6.5. I'm not sure if I'll get there today. If I do, it'll be for a smaller bet. But the Sparks are a really good rebounding team. We'll talk about that in just a second. The under prop that jaXon likes is actually Shakira Alston under her 14.5 points. So analysis are here. So Shakira Alston points prop present a compelling case for the under tonight, especially considering her opponent. while her recent 5 and 10 game averages, 14.6 and 15.4 points respectively, are close or slightly above the line. Her season average of 12.6 points falls below the line. The most significant supporting factor, the most significant factor supporting the under is her matchup against the Seattle Storm. The Storm defense ranks number 1 in the league against points in her position, making them an extremely tough opponent. In her only matchup against the Storm this season, she scored just 9 points, hitting the under 100% of the time. The strong defensive matchup combined with her season average being below the line in her previous performance against Seattle suggests she should struggle to reach 14.5 points tonight. So take Shakira Austin under her 14.5 points and take Breanna Stewart over her 3.5 assists are the two looks that jaXon likes tonight. 1 over, 1 under, 50% promo link in the description as it always is if you guys want to check out jaXon. All right, let's jump into the games for today. We'll start with the Sparks and the Liberty. Both of these games, I think one starts at 7, the other one starts at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, that is. And this first one should be a good one, man. Let's just see. Start with the injury report. I think the Sparks are healthy. Of course, no Cameron Brink yet. Even though I do see her listed as game time decision, I don't think she's gonna return today. But I don't think she was on the injury report listed as probable for tomorrow. Listed as doubtful for Saturday. So she's getting closer to coming back to playing. And then, of course, the Liberty on the second leg of a back-to-back. Nair Sabally, I'm guessing, will make – I don't think she's going to play today. I feel like I saw something that says she still wasn't going to play. So we'll see. She didn't play last night. And they got a bunch of bigs, so they don't really need her as much, in my opinion, anyway. But she could make a return today. We shall see. And then Messerman Emma is supposed to join the team in August. So, maybe there's a few more games for the Liberty before I think she's trying to get her travel situation together before she joins the team. She got to get some things approved is what I was reading up on. So, we got a line here that's listed at what is the current line? 10.5, I think it is. Yeah, 10.5, total 175. And this open, I saw 173.5 last night, and I saw this open at 12.5. So money has come in on the Sparks in this spot. To me, it makes a ton of sense, especially if you don't know, if Sandy Brondello is going to rest, any of her players on the second leg of this back-to-back. I think I was looking at the quotes last night. I should have probably screenshotted this and shared it with you guys, but I was looking at this quote from last night from Jaquel Jones, and that it really made me think to myself, kind of what I was thinking already, that the Liberty were going to take this game really, really serious. They're, of course, I think they have the second best record. The Phoenix Mercury were right on their tails, and the Phoenix Mercury had already beat them twice. And I'm going to get to my point in just a second, but I want to try to find this quote real quick from Jaquel Jones. Let's see real quick. Can I find it? I'm put a timer on myself. See if I can find it in 10 seconds. If I can't find it in 10 seconds, I'll move on. 10, 1,000, 9, 1,000, 8, 1,000, 7, 1,000, 6, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 1, 1,000. God darn it, I can't find it. Pretty sure I can find it. I don't know where it is. Anyway, Jaquel Jones pretty much was saying last night that I'm still looking for it. Okay, here we go. She said, Jaquel Jones, this is a quote. "We understood how important it was. They beaten us two games. We have one more left. We understand if it came down to it, this was the tiebreaker. We had to set the tone and introduce them to us at full strength," end quote. And I thought to myself when I was reading that, they took this game very, very serious. And you could tell, they were, it took them a while to wake up, but they absolutely took the game very serious. I'm not sure that they are going to take this game against the Sparks very serious. Now, granted, the Sparks are balling, right? They're 8-4-1 against the spread on the road. They won 4 straight. I told you guys this yesterday, we could question who the Sparks have played recently. I mean, granted, yes, they beat the Lynx. I mean, not the Lynx. They beat the The Washington Mystics, who struggle to score the basketball offensively, beat them twice in a row. They beat the Sun 2 times. So I mean, I don't want to throw the Mystics, away with the bathwater, but the Mystics are not like a top 5 team in my opinion. They're very inconsistent. I know that their record says otherwise, but they're very inconsistent. We'll talk about them in just a second. So you got to kind of take the Sparks' recent success with a grain of salt. Now, granted, they're getting 10 points, 12 and a half points. I think it's got to be a Sparks spot. These two teams did play earlier this season. The Sparks lost the game, I think, by 10. I want to say they didn't cover that game. I don't think I wrote it down in my notes, but I want to say they didn't cover that game. Or maybe they did get a backdoor cover. Let's see. Yeah, they ended up being a push. They lost the game 79-89. The game did stay under the total of 171. But yeah, I told you guys yesterday, nice little spot for the Sparks. If I could have got the 12 and a half. If I could have got 12 and a half last night, I probably would have. There is potential for the Liberty to potentially rest some players. I think that in the write-up I put yesterday that the Liberty could potentially, rest jaXon Jones. This is, I think, her third game in 5 nights since her return. She played pretty big minutes last night. I think she played 31 minutes. So wouldn't surprise me if they rest her. I don't think they're going to rest anybody else. But as far as the play goes, what I played was the over. This is one of the highest totals I think that we've seen so far this season, and I think it's for a good reason. Let's see real quick. Yeah, this is the highest total that we've seen so far this season. We saw 174.5 against the Wings and the Fever. This is the 175.5. Typically on these games, I like to play under, try to confound the contrarian under, but 173.5 was available last night. I pulled the trigger on it. Pretty simple, right? Pace for the Sparks, 3rd on the season, 1st in the last 5 games. New York, 1st on the season, 2nd over the last 5 games as well. Offensive rating, Sparks. Granted, they played a really easy, strength of schedule recently, in my opinion, but the offense is clicking. Sparks is 2nd last 5 games, 5th overall. New York Liberty, 2nd overall. They're 3rd in the last 5 games. Both teams are number 1 and number 2 in points scored in their last 5 games. And then I started to find some trends to back it as well. So double-digit favorites facing an unrested opponent. Double-digit dogs, which the Sparks still are, facing the unrested opponent are 10-6 to the over, 62.5%. Double-digit dogs who are on a 4-game winning streak, like the Sparks are 2-0 to the over. Also, they're 0-2 against the spread. So this would say, I know it's a small sample size and an ugly look, but said that the Liberty could win this game as well. I also looked at the Liberty with jaXon Jones. They're 7-4 to the over. Sparks 2-1 to the over as double-digit dogs this season. Since the start of last season, kind of going back, because this Liberty team is pretty much they got Natasha Cloud now, but they're constructed the same. So since the start of last season, the Libs playing unrested are 3-1 to the over as well. Just one time this season, that game did go up and over against the Mystics as well. The only thing that held me up a little bit is, and I still think the Sparks can cover. Only thing that held me up is that the Sparks with the rest advantage this season, crazy enough, you think the rest advantage means something. It absolutely means nothing most of the time this season. The Sparks are actually 1-5 with the rest advantage this season. They've covered 1 of their 6 games so far this season. So I bet over last night. I got a little bit better number at 173.5, but I will be on the over in this game. As far as the player prop, from the player prop perspective, again, like I would just go back to my notes from yesterday. I think Stewie, I wouldn't trust her to grab the boards today. I think Dearica Hamby, Azare Stevens are in primetime spots. Azare Stevens over her 3-point prop is also something that intrigues me a lot. We've been talking about this for quite a while. Azare has been absolutely killing it. And the Liberty are not the greatest 3-point defense in the WNBA, not even close. So I'll bring this on the screen so you guys can see it. But if you joined yesterday, these are the 2 things that I'm looking at, and they really haven't changed a lot because it's the same game. Maybe Stewie don't get 3 offensive rebounds. All of the games she went under, she didn't get 3 offensive rebounds in any of them. So this is Outlier, 7-day free link trial in the description of the video. This is her assist if you want her assist prop. You can see that she did get the 5 yesterday. This is what we talked about, man. I didn't even bet it. 5 straight games that she's gone over 3.5 assists. And 8 of her last 9. And the one that she missed, it was here, right? And I said yesterday, without even going back to my notes from yesterday, I said that, with Leonie Phoebus being back, with Jacquel Jones being back, she can be a playmaker. She can be a distributor. She doesn't have to score the basketball. And, that's what we saw. She had 6 points yesterday. She shot the ball pretty terrible, I think. And she didn't even shoot it much, 3 for 12 last night. So, her impact was made more so on the defensive end. I think she had a couple blocks, couple steals. Let's see, she had 2 blocks last night. I don't think they got her steal prop up here, but yeah. And then her rebound prop 6.5. She had 8. Like I said, more so just because of the offensive boards. You can see here, she had 3 offensive rebounds. Stewie hadn't grabbed 3 offensive rebounds since, when is this? The last time she played the Sparks on July the 3rd. So we just got unlucky there. 3 offensive rebounds for Stewie. And I saw her get like 2 of them, and I'm thinking to myself, because she kept getting putbacks, and I'm thinking to myself, like, Mercury, y'all can't box out, though. Like, nobody want to put a body, but I needed the Liberty to win the game, so for a bigger play. So I digress. As far as the opposite side, I know that Kelsey Plum, if we look at Kelsey, she's been absolutely killing it, right? Her points, rebounds, and assists been something that's been really, really good. You can see she's over 8 of her last 10 games, 38 here, and she didn't even get a rebound. She didn't even get a rebound against the Connecticut Sun. But yeah, she's been on fire. Her 3-point prop also been on fire. You can see she's listed at 2.5. She had 4, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4. So she's over that in 6 games as well. Just sharing with you guys some stuff. 3-point is allowed. You can see that the Libs are not great in this department. They allow the 4th most threes. So yeah, finding a way to bet Kelsey Plum, I think, is also probably going to be good for your pockets if she's just in a really good rhythm as well. Just her points overall, 7 of the last 10 as well. So, and then I did want to take a quick look at my girl Azare, who's been absolutely killing it. Also, we continue to talk about Azare. Her points plus rebounds is the thing that's been catching up by out of most. But look at her points in general. She's over in 8 of her last 10 games, averaging 16.8. You can see that here. So closer to 17, even though her number is only 13.5. I think that's something to take a look at. Rebound prop. They actually boosted this up to 8.5. So I wouldn't like this too much. But you can see she did go over in 3 of her last 6 games, but she's under in 3 straight games and under in 3 of her last 10 games. So maybe even a look towards Azare under her rebound prop, even though, again, the Liberties are not a great rebounding team. We expect that number to get better, though, with Jacquel Jones being back. And then her 3-point prop, right? 1.5. Look at this. Azare been killing it. 4 straight games she's hit the over. The Libs are bottom 4 in 3-point defense as well. She's been crushing, dog. I saw her hit like 2 in a row, and I was like, damn, I should have played that prop. You can see she's shooting damn near 50%, right? 49% in her last 10 games, averaging 2.6 makes on 5 attempts. I mean, this offense looks really, really good right now. I just need them to score the basketball and to get up and over 174 points. But yeah, Azare's been killing, man. She's been killing, shooting 50% in her last 5 games. On the full season, she's actually shooting 42%. So yeah, Azare's been absolute money. I feel like this kind of hidden gem, but I haven't been playing it too much. Just keep coming on here talking about it, not putting any money on it. All right, so that's enough for this game. Let's see what you guys are thinking. Oh, what I didn't even show you guys was, and it's cool, what I didn't even show you guys was why I wanted to bet Stewie under her boards, because the Sparks they're not a great defensive team, but they are a pretty good rebounding team. Stewie under her rebound prop. So she's still listed at 6.5. I would go right back to the under today. The Sparks are the best rebounding team in the WNBA. So that's my thought process. Let's see what you guys are thinking here, and then we'll jump into the next game. Let's see. Mr. D says, salute, Chris. First time here. Caught a parlay with the Libs and Leonie Phoebus 10 points. 4 boards. Sabrina 6 assists. Stewie 4 assists, and Jacquel Jones 8 boards. God, and I can't hit one bet. Mr. D out here throwing 6 of them together, man. I'm glad you cashed it though, Mr. D. Appreciate you for tapping in for sure. What's up, Thomas? He says, what's good, my guys? Going to be a great, good game. Sparks and Libs. I think think it has potential to be that for sure. Can't Stop says might be an unpopular play, but with the Sparks on the floor, but I like the under 176.5. And I think it's too many points. And at home, Libs games are under this total at a 93% hit rate. Yeah, I understand all that. Can't Stop. I did look at the opposite of this, right? So the Libs with Jaquel Jones in, they only allow about 75, I think it was, points per game. Let me just look at it real quick. Liberty and Jaquel Jones is greater than 0. I gotta be able to spell minutes right. Let's see. All right. So the Libs with Jaquel Jones this season, they are 7-4 to the over, but they only allow about 75 points per game. If you add that it's a home game, I think their defense gets even better. No, it's about the same. So 4-3 to the over at home. I think they're gonna be able to score though. The Sparks, I don't even know if I mentioned this, but the Sparks defensively, even though they've been scoring, got to 100 last game against the Lynx. Against the Connecticut Sun. They still are not really guarding anybody. Sparks are still 9th in defensive rating in the last 5 games, 11th in defensive rating on the full season, which you can see here right behind this comment. So I think it's up and over. I think this game has potential to score 180 points today. That's just my thought process. Sably is out. Okay, so Naira Sably. Freestyle says, I'm liking Hamby 24.5 points plus rebounds. She's been on it over in 3 of her 5 regular season games regularly, and away games. Also cleared this line last 4 games versus the Libs. Libs on the back-to-back. Sparks have best offense last 5 games. I like it. Take the taxes now says taking Breanna Stewart over 17.5. She averages 28 against the Los Angeles last year. She crushed. I remember them games. I mean, I think they went to Seattle. They went to LA and beat them by like 40 last year. I remember that. Can't Stop says also like the Sparks team total under 82.5. I think the Sparks go over, but it was 80.5 on Hard Rock last night. I couldn't bet it, but it was 80.5 last night on Hard Rock. G421 says faded Jaquel Jones points yesterday. Nope, not doing that again. What up, Jamel says going back to Jaquel Jones over her boys at 8.5. She's right back since being back. Yeah, she's right. Yeah, she's got right back to it for sure. Chicago says he likes the Libs minus the 10. Thomas says Kelsey Plum points, rebounds, and assists under and Rakia Jackson 2 threes. Kia's been balling too. Mark says he got in early, plus 12.5 for him. Thinking the Libs win, but Sparks stay within 13. I agree with that. I love it. Says he'll play under. Let's see. That's a fact. Can't Stop. That is a fact. I was thinking more so for precautionary reasons, because my thought process on resting Jaquel in this spot is, the proof is in the pudding too. If you look at the numbers, I keep saying this. I say it again. I think the Liberty are the best team in the WNBA again this season. I know they don't have the best record. The Lynx have the best record. The Lynx won me a lot of money last year the Liberty won me a lot of money last year when they beat the Lynx in the finals. But I don't know, man. I just think Jaquel Jones is the X factor. I think it's clear. I think it's clear as day, because when you got Stewie out there, kind of putting the team on her shoulders because Sabrina can't hit a 3. And then, Phoebus is across the country. Even with Phoebus back, like Phoebus can have down games as well. Granted, she's good defensively, but Jaquel is that piece, that missing piece that can rebound. You can throw her the ball on the block when them threes not falling in. She's an excellent defender, probably the best center in the WNBA, outside of Asia. But yeah, probably the best defender in the WNBA. I think they could potentially rest her because it's third game in 5 nights, and her minutes has been up there. But we shall see. Brian says, what about first half? I like the plus 12 as well. Kind of counterintuitive for me. The Sparks have been good early. The Liberty have been bad early, but the Liberty could potentially maybe run out of gas. They haven't been at the crib. I think this is the 8th straight home game for them, so I don't really know. I'm not going to bet first half. I think the way WNBA been going for me. I just want to play full game or nothing at all. Free Sauce likes Natasha Cloud under her 18.5 points, rebounds, assists. She's only over this line in 4 games at home this season. Also, the Libs on the back-to-back. Natalie says she'll lay the points with the Libs, -9.5. Maybe sparks in the first half. So Jaquel rests, wouldn't she be getting rebounds? Yeah, she does. And I'm not going to play that prolific. I'm not playing Stewie under her boards without Jaquel in. Like, I need Jaquel in. That's the biggest part to the whole thing. Thomas says Kelsey been playing trash teams. It stops today. She has, but she has been playing. I wouldn't say trash teams. The Mystics aren't trash. They just couldn't guard her. We'll see if the Liberty can guard her. Let's see. Dom says Sparks first half plus 5.5 might be a look. Libs 10-1 with JJN. They've been absolutely balling. 6-1 at the crib. They win by average of 16.5 points as well. 7-5 with Dowder. I did see that yesterday. I think Underdog tweeted that out. What up, Marco? He says, what's up, bro? Double on Sabrina, I think. So thinking Sabrina hoops today. Benigro says Tim need 10 boards from John Core Jones today. So liking her boards over. All right, let's move over to the next game. In DC, we have the Storm and the Washington Mystics. This line is getting shorter, down to 3.5. Total down to 154.5. This opened 5.5 yesterday in favor of the Storm, laying points on the road, and the total opened 156.5, and it's come down 2 points now. So a lot of money coming in on Washington. A lot of money coming in on the under, thinking Seattle's. If you put those together, thinking Seattle's offense is going to struggle in this spot. So it's a difficult game, man. These are two teams that I'm just be honest with you guys. I don't really enjoy because they've been so Jekyll and Hyde, both of these teams. Not a game that I really want to bet before it starts, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. But there's a couple things that stand out to me here. One is let's talk about the situational spot. So in the injury report. So Seattle will be healthy. They got Skylar Diggins back in their last game after missing 1 game for personal reasons. And then Aaliyah Edwards is on the report for the Washington Mystics. She's the only person on the report, but she is listed as questionable with a wrist injury. If she doesn't play, there's more minutes for all of the bigs, including Big Mama Steph and Shakira Austin and Kiki Iriafen, of course, right? So take with that information, do what you want. So, yawning, man. So we got a Seattle team that's coming off a 38-point win as 11.5-point favorite against the Chicago Sky. They played in 5 straight unders. 7 of their last 10 games have stayed under as well. They've alternated wins and losses in their last 7 games. So very, very inconsistent team. Makes sense that the money's coming in on Washington here. You look at the Washington Mystics, they haven't been right recently either, but both of their losses have been back-to-back against the Los Angeles Sparks. They lost both games to the Sparks, one before the break, one after the break. Before that, they actually beat the Seattle Storm in Seattle. But the Washington Mystics have actually failed to cover 6 of their last 7 games. This is the front leg of a back-to-back for them. They got the Phoenix Mercury coming into town tomorrow. Washington does have a big rest advantage in this spot, 3 days to 1. And I mentioned this already, but the Mystics did, they handled their business. They were getting 7 points 13 days ago exactly. 74-69 is what the final score was when they played in Seattle the other day, 13 days ago. If you go back to last season, the last 3 times that these teams have played, we've seen 3 straight unders. We've seen Washington cover all 3 spreads as well. I really don't know what to do with. I like the Seattle Storm are a team. I just mentioned them alternating wins and losses. If you've taken the Storm after a win recently, you have been absolutely losing money left and right. They've only covered 1 of their last 6 spreads when they're playing a game after they've won their recent game. So they don't cover. Maybe that's enough to want to take Washington. I don't want Washington either. I do always talk about wanting Washington as a dog rather than as a favorite. Mystics this season as a dog are 8-6 against the spread. They've covered 4 of their last 6. So maybe it is that simple. You want the Mystics when they're catching points as a home dog. They're 4-2 against the number. Maybe it is that simple. I Don't know though, man. I really don't know. Like, I don't want Seattle laying points. I don't really want the Mystics. I kind of want to see what the Mystics can do. I think the number is getting short enough to potentially look towards Seattle. Seattle eventually, I think, is going to click. I'm just not a big fan of their coach. I'm not a big fan of Noelle Quinn. I feel like she doesn't have her team motivated to play. Granted, they beat Chicago, but that was without, Ariel Atkins. That was without, Angel Reese. So I don't know. I really don't know what to do with this game from a side perspective. What I'll tell you guys is, and here's the icing on the cake for me. Seattle, they suck typically at home as far as covering numbers. If you bet Seattle at home covering numbers 5-8, you only winning about 38% of the time. But if you bet Seattle on the road, they've been a little bit better. They're actually 8-4 against the spread on the road. They've covered 66% of their games on the road, 3 of their last 4, and 5 of their last 7 they've covered on the road. They just, for whatever reason, can't get it done at home. So I started to look a little bit more towards the total. And well, before I get to the total, let me talk about a couple trends I looked at. I spent too much time on this game. But from a trend perspective, I looked at home dogs with the rest advantage facing the team that they've previously beaten already. So the other team has a little bit of revenge. They cover. The home dog with the rest advantage covers just 40% of the time. The games go over 60% of the time. You add to the fact that the home dog has a rest advantage of 2 days or more, and they cover just 47% of the time and just 22% of the time this season. So we've talked about that throughout the season. Teams with the rest advantage don't necessarily cover all the time. But like I said, I don't really want Washington plus the points either. Then I started to look a little bit more towards the total. And Washington, they are a team that's top 5 in pace on the season. Games average about 159 points on average. Last 5 games, right at 159 as well. Seattle, a really great defensive team. Seattle's actually number 1 in defensive rating in the last 5 games. Numbers may be a little skewed because they just held Chicago to like 50 points or whatever it was in their last matchup without Angel Reese and Ariel Atkins. But on the season, their games average 158 points as well. And then I started to look at this trend popped up. And I started to think to myself, this total may be a little bit too low. I kind of want to buck the trend and take the over. I understand it. I just told you guys last time that they played, it was only 143 points scored. So you would need 13 more points in this spot, 12 more points in this spot. Home dogs with the 2-day or more rest advantage facing the team they've already beaten are over in 68% of their games. And if the first matchup went under, so typically you get a total that's lower in the second game, those games go over 69%. This dates all the way back to 2013. We're talking about, I just want you guys to think about this because immediately when I look at this game, I think under. I don't really like betting unders when it's 155, 160 or lower. That's just my personal preference because I think these teams can absolutely let up defensively. If we're just looking at team totals, I mean, we're talking about we need Seattle to get to 79 points. Like, I know that their offense has been terrible. I think Seattle should be able to get to 80 points in this game. We need the Mystics to get to 76 points. Their team total is 75.5. I kind of think both are feasible in this game, in my opinion. I want to bet over. Over 154.5 is the strongest look that I have in this game. I have not bet it yet, though. Let's see what you guys are thinking. I didn't really even think about player props in this game. I guess if I had to play anything, I would just go with Old Faithful, Gabby Williams. She, over her points, rebounds, and assists, has been money. She's, leads the team. Her, Skylar Diggins are the 2 players that stand out to me. Erica Willer has been hooping recently as well. Sonia Citron's been in a little bit of a slump. I think she's under in back-to-back games. Both of those games, of course, came against the Sparks. Brittany Sykes is too erratic for me. No telling what you're going to get from her. I don't really want to bet on Shakira Austin against NECA and Ezzy. So like Jackson said, maybe under her 14.5 points. I would like it a little bit more if Leah Edwards doesn't play. But those are what I was thinking as far as player props go. Let's see what you guys are thinking, and we'll jump into a quick recap. Let's see. Prolific says what I said. I don't trust either one of these teams. Skylar Diggins she's not on the injury report. She is supposed to be there. I love us. And she came back and hooped in that last game as well. Skylar Diggins finished that game. I think I was reading this morning. I know she shot like 50%. I think she got to 20. So, I mean, it was, just what the doctor ordered in the last game against the Chicago offense that's going to turn the ball over left and right. Real quick, I want to check turnover numbers too, real quick. Let me just look at that. Skylar Diggins in that last game against the Chicago Sky finished with 21 points. She had 21 on 7 for 14 shooting. She hit 3 of her 6 threes. She had 7 rebounds. She had 3 assists. Erica Wheeler also hooped in that game. She had 13 points. She had 3 of her 4 threes. If Seattle's going to score, if they're going to hit 45% of their threes, I definitely think that their offense is a little slept on. I know that they've been struggling to score the basketball. I'm just not that big on Washington. Like, defensively, offensively, I see them go through spurts where they can't score the basketball. I think they had like a 9-point quarter against the Los Angeles Sparks of all teams. Like, I don't really want to lay or take points in this game, but I do think that we could potentially see over. That's the way I think about this game. Let's see. So Seattle turns the ball over. Seattle's actually the best team in the WNBA right now as far as turnover rate. They turn the ball over less than any other team. Washington does force the 6, so they're right in the middle of the pack. Last 5 games, they forced in the 4th most turnovers, but that probably has a lot to do with playing the Sparks twice. Sparks do turn it over left and right. As far as fast break points, Seattle is 2nd in the league in fast break points. The Mystics do give up the fewest. That's not great if you like an over. Seattle scores the 4th most points in the paint. The Washington Mystics give up the 4th fewest. That's not good if you like an over. I guess I can't get to over either. I would like to see some turnovers. I would like to see a lot of fast break points allowed from these teams if I was going to play it over. See, Washington 5th in points off turnovers. Seattle does not give up a lot. They give up the 2nd fewest. Guess it is prime to go under. I'm not betting under though. I'm not betting under. Maybe I'll bet over after the first half goes under. I'm not betting under in this game though. This just seems like over for me. Maybe it's not though. Like I said, 3 of the last, I think 3 straight games have gone under between the two. I really want to bet under. Bet over. Brian says he'll go under. He says, but I like to see Seattle. But I like to get Seattle money line. Don't trust the points. Chicago likes the under. Seattle and Mystics. Maybe some props. Van Negro says take the Mystics and don't second guess it. Kiki Irfin 10 boards without Aaliyah Edwards. You never know what team you're going to show up for Seattle or Washington. So funny. First half under for Tyler. So real quick for this, and Tyler don't even be giving out no unders or sides. He's a player prop guy. AT don't play today, so I guess Tyler probably trying to find something to play. But to this comment though, if we go over, just real quick, I think I did this last night. Let's just double check it real quick though, because I didn't write it down. If we go over to the Money Baller, just look at this game really, really quickly from a Money Baller perspective. See. So in-season revenge for the Storm. Let's see. How have the Storm? I feel like the Storm haven't done well in revenge games. Let's see. Storm are 6-1 straight up, 5-2 against the spread in revenge games. So they have played well in these spots. They're 4-3 to the under. Games are averaging about 151 points. I can't play over. I can't play over. And let's add if they're on the road. 2-1 straight up, 2-1 to the 2-1 straight up, 2-1 against the spread. 2-1 straight up, 2-1 against the spread, 2-1 to the over. Games are averaging 157 points. So this is enough to get us over. Then we take a look at the Mystics and playing against teams that they've already won against this season. They are 1-6 against the spread. So if the Mystics beat you the first time, they can't do it again. The only team they beat twice was the Sun. They lost to the Dream, didn't cover to the Dream, didn't cover to the Wings, didn't cover to the Lynx, didn't cover to the Sky, didn't cover to the Aces. 2 of those games they won, 5 of them they did not cover though. This is not good. If you like, they are 4-3 to the under though. These games are averaging 155 points, 156 points. So it's enough to get over though. I'm trying my best to get to it over, boy. I don't think I'm gonna play it though. So first half, anyway, back to this comment here. The I can see how I handicap games. So in-season revenge for the Storm. They are at a rest disadvantage. Mystics rest advantage. Well rested. Over. Play over on total that has a high assist to turnover ratio for multiple games. So that's over. We come down. We look at the trends. ATS wise, the Storm laying points in the first half is a terrible spot. Look at this. Maybe Mystics first half. This is Storm 7-15-2 against the spread in the first half. They do not come to play as a road favorite. Just 2-5-1. So maybe Washington early. Washington as a home dog in the first half, 3-3 against the spread. They are 4-2. I told you guys that as a home dog. As far as the over/under goes, so Storm first half as a road favorite, they are 5-3 to the over. Mystics not so much, 4-2 to the under. So those don't align. As far as first half in general, Mystics are under team, 14-8-1. Storm are under team, 14-10 to the under as well. I'm not sure if these unders have been this low though. And then Mystics first half team total, also an under spot. They're 15-8 to the under, but as a home dog, 3-3. Storm 14-9-1 to the under, 4-4 on the road as a favorite. So take with all this information, do what you want. ATS range, Mystics do not cover as a short dog. You can see that here, just 1-3 against the number. Storm 6-4 when they're favored by 2.5 points to 7 points. So this is the Money Baller. Lots and lots of good information. You can go in here, look at the scoring, efficiency and all that good stuff if you're interested in those numbers. Shout out to my guy RC, man. Shout out to A-Wing. Shout out to the whole team over at Money Baller. But yeah, just looking at that. All right, let's continue with the comments. I don't want full game. I don't want first half under though, just because I don't like that those teams are, right at 500 in these spots specifically as a home dog and a road favorite. So I hope you cash it though. I'm not going to be on the opposite side of you, Tyler. I hope you cash it, my brother. Let's see. This game will be too much cardio up and down the court, missing layups first half under for sure. Nally says, I think the Mystics win this meeting today and the Storm win the third meeting on the road. So this is the third. This is third. You're right. Okay. You're right, Nally. Okay. Rebound fest. So somebody got to be grabbing the boards. Dom says this game scream live bet to me. I agree with that. True Sonya Citron in the slump. Yeah, she's been terrible recently. G421 says he'll play Mystics team total over 75.5. What up, AOD? Appreciate you for tapping in. Hit the like button for me if you guys can. If you have not already, definitely appreciate it. Thank you guys. Freesaw says feeling Shakira Austin over her 22.5 points and rebounds. Her minutes have been up and down this season, but as long as she plays 25 minutes, she's only under this line in 2 of her games this season. So if no Leah Edwards, that makes a lot of sense. Freesaw, she also says she's over in 4 for 5 games. Over in 4 or 5 games and 5 games straight at the crib as well. Mark says saving myself some stress and passing on this one. No edge in my opinion. I agree with that. Money Me says Gabby under her 1.5 threes have been cashing. Dom says I damn near like the Storm first half and full game. This number has gotten low, and I agree with that, man. I do kind of think I just can't. I'm gonna be punching like air punches, trying not to punch somebody for real if I bet the Storm, and then Noel Quinn has her team, coming in this game, especially off a big win against the Chicago Sky, and they go out there and lay an egg. So I can't bet the Storm. It's not good for my mental health. Especially off a win. I just told you guys those trends. So much as I want to bet them, I'm just not a big believer in the Mystics either, though. Like, I think they overachieved a little bit. Then we're starting to see some regression from, Kiki Ariafin and Sonya Citron, and Brittany Sykes is very up and down. And offensively, I mean, you can see it right here. The number is right. Like, it's literally right here. You guys can see this. Offensively, this is the 11th best team in the WNBA. So, like, if they went on this slump where they didn't score the basketball, would not really surprise me much at all. Them to go out there and have a 9-point quarter. And that's why I can't bet over either, even though it's a super low line. Let's cash. I love it, says Dom. Marx's Dom's down to 1 possession spread. Agree, Seattle might be the play. Yeah, I agree with you guys as well. I would be betting Seattle, but I don't think I want to do that on a Saturday. I'd rather, take my son to the pool, go do some soccer drills with him or something, then watch Seattle, come out here and lay a egg. Tomorrow, again, we have We got 5 games tomorrow, man. Tons of ways to get paid tomorrow in the WNBA. So just tap back in tomorrow. Only thing I bet today so far was Stewie over her 3.5 assists should not be green. I didn't bet this yet, so let me take that off. This should be red, but I do like the look a lot. I also like Stewie under her rebound prop. I'm not gonna write it up here, but matter of fact, I will write it up here. Under 6.5 boards, over 3.5 assists. I think both are in play for today. I only bet the over last night. I got a pretty good number. And then Washington, Seattle, I kind of think it still goes over. I'm probably not going to bet it. Maybe something live, but we shall see, man. It's a really good day to sit on your hands, though. Maybe not bet anything at all. Maybe just bet something live and then get ready for a big slate tomorrow. I'm always, of the mindset that patience is a virtue. So take with that information, do what you want, man. Use the sign-up link in the description if you guys want the plays that I make. When I do make them, I will email them out. Hopefully we can kind of keep slowly but surely grinding, turning the season around. We still got plenty of time left to, have a profitable season. It just hasn't started off the way that I thought it would. Resources, as always, are here. Remember, I told you guys what jaXon likes. Shakira Austin under her 14.5 points. And the over, what was the over? The over was... The over was on Brandon Stewart over her 3.5 assists today as well. So check that out. Check out Outlier, Moneyballer, OddsJam. All those things are linked in the description. And I will catch you guys tomorrow. I'm thinking, just so you guys are aware, I think tomorrow we'll probably go live around same time, like 10 a.m., 10:30. But yeah, I got a lot of work to do for the card tomorrow. Enjoy your Saturday, man. Best of luck. Hit the like button for me on the way out. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Turn the notification bell on, and I will catch you guys in the next one, man. Enjoy your Saturday.